Hello there and welcome to Nationstates. We are in Vujodeia, which is where all of our nations are from the server. The current issue today is the gambling production. Oh, and this is furniture restoration, which of course my glorious nation is in second. Who would have it any other way? Are we the most nude of places? No, these fucking Nords. What on earth? 1,000? What is their population? 6 million and they are that naked? No, this is absurd. That is completely absurd. Am I the most obese at least? No, these are fat fucks. Anyway, let us get over to the issues at hand for Cape Breton. Let's start from the bottom here. Should the government grant estates and titles of nobility? A peculiar confederacy of small government advocates, regular attendees of Cape Breton's annual medieval fair, and the super rich have demanded that the government grant estates and confer titles of nobility upon certain influential persons. Well, let's have a look. I humbly submit myself a Duke of Cape Breton City, says multi-billionaire Silvio Illegal. Not only would it be an apt reward for my contributions to Cape Breton, but the citizens who become landed serfs on my estate would work harder than they have ever had to in their lives. Add small government advocate Tabitha Phil's Amy. What? Government would at least return to local level, close to the people and the land of which they would be bound for life. Well, that's quite freedom-limiting, so I'm not a huge fan of that. I can't believe I'm hearing this, exclaims noted civil rights advocate Bjork May. Those who are behind this espouse a system that grants inordinate amounts of institutional power to the rich and ensures that no one will be able to climb the social ladder. Everyone in society must be granted an equal opportunity to succeed or fail. Say no to nobility. Well, I disagree with that as well, because I am a king and nobility exists for a reason. These are the people with the best blood in the world, and so they are born to lead you. As the king of Cape Breton, I believe that wholeheartedly. I think both of the other parties are taking the issue to the extreme, argues a learned elderly gentleman resting on a park bench. All that's been advocated is giving those who have contributed to the nation a ceremonial title and a bit of land. Besides, he adds, the government can tax their estates. We sure could. A good day to thee, my lord, counters Gary Snow, an amateur medieval fair actor dressed in period costume. I would suggest that thou hasten thyself to spectate at the jousting competition this forenoon. Ay, quite a bout we have arrayed for thee this day. However, the whole affair could be much grander if only we received a few more gold crowns from the government. Ay, 'twould be a grand tourney of knightly skill and courage indeed. Yeah, fuck, let's give money to this guy. Cape Breton's medieval fair is renowned as one of the best in the region. Of course it is. Look at everything go up. The economic outputs. Gambling, apparently. Gambling on the jousts. Lifespan, I would have thought that would go down. Obesity goes down. Yeah, well, I think that was very good. Tourism should go up maybe a bit more, considering we have full-on jousting tournaments, but oh well. Jailhouses rocked. A controversial concert at the nation's largest penitentiary, headlined by guitarist Ronnie Sheckle, went awry after he began playing his newest song, Cape Breton City Prison Blues. Buoyed by the anti-establishment message, the inmates became increasingly rowdy, resulting in a massive cell block riot. Inmates across the country have followed suit, with nationwide prison riots plunging the system into chaos. Cape Bretonian prison guards need immediate support, gasps Dick Tano, head of the Cape Bretonian Department of Corrections. We're being completely overrun. There's no way we can contain these riots with our current personnel numbers. I don't care if we need to take police off the streets. If something isn't done, we're going to have multiple prison breaks on our hands. No, we'll not take people off the streets. We need our streets to be secure. That won't be enough, booms General Catherine Case, entering your office with a firing squad behind him. Catherine? Him? Oh, not another transgender. We can't afford to hold back. At this point, these inmates should be considered enemy combatants, and will be dealt with extreme prejudice. Soldiers are waiting at the ready. Just give the order. I absolutely agree with this. People who break your laws and rebel and take advantage of your nation, they should be considered enemy combatants, whether they are illegal border crossers from Hambeck or people in the jails rioting. They should be treated as invaders of the nation, because that is what they're trying to do when they overturn your laws. They should be told to stop doing this bad behavior, or the firing squad will be released. Absolutely. Most of our prisoners are Hambeckian anyway. My engineers have you covered, confidently advertises Orson Huffington, founder of the startup tech from Optical Experiments. The nation's correctional facilities are long overdue for an upgrade, with proper surveillance, automated sentries, high-grade lasers, etc. That pesky human factor will be swiftly eliminated. In more ways than one, of course. Ah, laser cannons. That could be worth investing in. A non-violent solution is still perfectly attainable, beams Vanna Picard, head of Parental Watchdog Group. If that detestable musician had never thought to poke the illegal border crosser's nest, none of these riots would have occurred in the first place. That type of music is too much trouble for its own good. Wouldn't you agree? If their inspiration is removed, inmate riots will naturally lose motivation. He poked the illegal border crosser's nest. God damn it. This sing-songer must have been called Donald. He's poking the illegal border crosser's nest. Perhaps y'all should have listened to the concerns of these inmates, sarcastically ponders Ronnie Shekel. Having been taken in for questioning, that prison was a powder keg. Something was going to happen. I just happened to be the spark. It's never too late to make a difference. Sit down with both sides and shut up and listen. Let these inmates' voices be heard and let them control the conversation for change. No, we are going to go with lasers and we're going to invest in a space force. And we're going to poke at these illegal border crossers. There's a big brother in every prison. Hey. Oh, look at that. Boosted police force, eh? So what's gone down here? Nudity, civil rights, weaponization. See how that weaponization go down, but drug use has gone down. What the hell? Technology has gone up. Tourism. Government size, authoritarianism. So, some good stuff, some bad stuff. Anyway, let's go on to this next one here. Really real esports tournament. After it was reported that the latest Maximon esports tournament brought millions to the economy, gamers and industry representatives alike have called for the government to take esports seriously. Esports are just as popular as real sports, if not more, says top-tier player Hamlet Humperdinck, seen wearing a Barry Chu t-shirt. If one tournament can generate that much money, imagine how much more year-round tourneys will bring. I'll have you know that esports require just as much skill and talent as so-called real-life ones. Our organizations have everything the professional sporting organizations have. Drama, sweat, gambling, corrupt competition. Esports are the future, and with some nice government grants, we can really propel the industry forward. Well, I wouldn't mind spending some of the hard-earned taxpayer money toward some gaming industry. Perhaps then YouTubers like myself could make a living instead of having to be scraping at Patreon and such. Oh yes, Patreon. Go ahead and check out the link below. I've recently been released from my partnership due to YouTube regulations putting pressure on partnerships. So, hey, there you go. Feel guilty. Anyway, Sponsoring teams is all well and good, but what about those of us who design these games? Queries legendary video designer Mariana Plath. Esports wouldn't exist if it weren't for the designers who poured their blood, sweat and financial resources into these games. With government subsidies, Cape Breton has become a mecca for game developers. We should be fostering creativity and we create better games for those angry YouTube nerds won't be able to pick apart. Angry YouTube nerds. I know it says YouTube, but I'm going to say YouTube because this is aimed at me. This is directly aimed at me. Those angry YouTube nerds. I am not a nerd. I might be angry. I am not a nerd. Either way, I agree with her. This is ridiculous, scoffs professional football player Warwick Webster. That is such a footballer name. I can just imagine him playing on the wing for England, putting in a cross for Harry Maguire's head as he tosses a football to your unsuspecting aides, causing them to break a priceless vase. These so-called esports are nothing more than a bunch of nerds pressing buttons on controllers. I'd hardly call that a sport. More like a waste of time. Real men play football, hockey and cricket. Well, maybe hockey. Our sports are a billion-shekel industry. You'd be better off banning these mindless games and prompting real sports and athletes to the Cape Breton's youth. Well, actually, this might be better. If we promote real sports, then the youth will be more physically fitter and more able to invade. They'll be better for conscription. We'll have more military manpower. I might have to do this. I might have to go with the sportsman here. Isn't that what Nazi Germany did? They got everyone involved with sports from a young age that everyone was just so physically fit. That's maybe what we should be going down there. Anyway, let's check out this last one. You'd be surprised by how realistic these games are, comments your retired Defence Minister, Christy Deming, while building a virtual army on her Nintensoft MX. Games like Guilds of Battle 3, the Nightmare of Shadow Ops faction are shockingly similar to our military operations. If these youngsters want to shoot up some terrorists in cyberspace, perhaps we should draft them into the military and let them shoot our enemies in real life. I like this woman. As they would say, at the very least they'd be great pilots for our drone program. Yes, absolutely. All gamers have been drafted into the military despite their lack of upper body strength. Yes. Ooh, we're a corporate police state now. Anyway, let's get a screenshot of that. We'll put that in the Discord server, which you are free to join down below. Technology has gone up again. Scientific advancement, defense forces, taxation, economic output, intelligence, of course. Gambling has gone down, but fuck gambling. Let's have a look at a nation. Let's see what has happened to us. Government military spending is back up to 47.3%. We are a military powerhouse. This is terrific. Let's have a look at stuff like that over here. Industry. What is it called? Defense. Oh, where is it? It's not weaponization, is it? What is it? Defense. Defense forces, yes. Oh, of course, we have the highest defense forces in the realm. We are an absolute wonder of the world. Look at these people. Yes, Hambeck. As you see, they now have my shield in their flag. It's because we secured a royal marriage with them. They are now ruled by our king's brother. So, yes, we have we had quite the agreement. It came through quite well. Does it say around the fact book at all? No. Let's have a look back at Vujodeia. I'm sure something was written. We had quite the peace deal. It was really interesting. Let's have a look at the board here. See if we can find these sort of things. No, I'm not entirely... here it is. Yes, the monarchists made a deal with Cape Breton, which is us. The new kingdom of Hambeck will gain complete free independence from Hanover. Good for them. The brother of the king of Cape Breton, who is married to the last living member of the Hambeck branch of the Jagelian dynasty, shall be made king. The new king changes his last name and dynasty to the Jagiellian Breton in respect for his monarchists, once, and whatever. His claims on my Newfoundland will be forgotten. The land connection will be granted along the coast of New Brunswick. He'll pay reparations to me, my glorious nation, and some of his weapon manufacture will also go to our defence forces. We'll have free trade of valuable resources, relaxed trade on other resources, research agreements, and Hambeck will recognise all of Cape Breton's claims, except for those on Hambeck-held territories, and Cape Breton will, in return, recognise their foreign claims, which aren't on us. And we'll have an alliance, so that's why they have their little flag there, but they're still the inferior nation, of course. There are many inferior nations in this area of which we live. Very, very inferior. Kingdom of Holy Eustony. Look how rare their political freedoms are and developing their economy is. What are these people dying of anyway? Look at them dying of ritual sacrifice. These people are crazy. Acts of God and sacrifice, suicide while in police custody. These people are such an inferior nation. But still, they are our religious head, as we vote for them in the faith poll. Anyway, if you want to come over and join us, feel free to. You can find the password and server in the Discord if you go on and head over there. And if you want to support the growth of this channel and the production of content, there is a Patreon link down below where everything is appreciated. I'll see you guys there. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.